for stopping by. I thought I would just do a few extra classes this week since I haven't been able to broadcast from some of the locations. You know, the mayor and her mandate, no more indoor group exercise classes, so I'm just going to stay indoor in my apartment. I'm here to do just a little bit of Pilates, short and snappy, about 30 minutes. We'll do some abdominal work, some back work, but really I want to get to more stretching. So you can think of it as like self-care Monday Pilates. Yeah, self-care. So sit nice and tall if you're going to join me, no matter where you are. If you're just sitting at your desk or you're sitting in your bed or you're sitting in your car, you can still breathe with me. Take that deep breath in and exhale. Think about all the toxins and the bad air and the negative energy and try to let it all go. And if you've been doom scrolling on your social media, yeah, let that go. Blow it all out. I'm going to start by placing my hands behind on the floor, literally supporting my weight, so I can stretch and open up my chest. We'll do that just a couple of times. Here's my inhale, so I can use my exhale and just expand across the chest. Oh, yep, we'll do it again using the exhale. Oof. That already feels good. Have a seat high and up on those butt bones, and then lace your fingers behind your back and straighten your arms. Now I'm going to look down because that's going to help me stretch the back of my neck. Do the same. No matter where you're seated, lower your head down, chin toward your chest. Make the head really heavy, and then just bob your head a little to the left, and then just as casually bob your head to the right. Now you can let go. Arms all the way up. Inhale. Whew. Stay tall. We're leaning to the side. It could be 4:30 in the afternoon, but I bet you have not stretched your sides. So return, inhale. Just getting a few good stretches in here. My theme today, short and snappy Pilates with some emphasis on self-care. So we're going to take some of that stress out of your neck and take a lot of that stress out of your low back. Here we are coming up. One more time. Exhale. Try not to be too rigid here in the shoulders. Feel it. Ah. Inhale. This time I'm going to twist, and the whole objective is to get the air out of your lungs. So press into the floor, keep turning, and blow all that air out. Ah. Untwist yourself. Come on around to the other side. Use the exhale, pull your abs in. You should be opening the shoulder blades wide across your back. Ooh. Untwist yourself and come on up. Now it's pretty traditional to start Pilates with a roll down and roll up. And before we go all the way down, I'm just going to do partial roll down. You should be sitting up straight. Even if you're sitting in a chair, hold on to the backs of your thighs or wrap your fingers over the front of the seat of the chair and try to round yourself back. Now, you probably have a hard time doing that if your chair has a back. So do what you can to just do it seated within the chair, rounding the back and pulling your abdominals in. Now this time, I'm going all the way back. This is the Pilates roll down. Land softly. Inhale. Now exhale using your abdominals. Now it could be just a matter of physics, like you have short legs and a long torso. That could make this exercise really difficult. So don't blame yourself. It could be your anatomy. Hold on to your thighs, help yourself up. Pull your abdominals in. I have to breathe, so here I go. Blow, go. And we're just going to do one more, and then we get into the self-care, the stretchy part. So this is all abdominal work and warm-up. Inhale. As you reach forward, also stretch out your legs. Go as far as you can. Take a moment, hold on, sink into that stretch, bob from side to side, loosen some of the butt muscles, the butt bones, or the clothing, sometimes stuck on the mat. Come forward and stretch. Now keep your head low and start to come back, and the head remains low as I go all the way back. This time when you roll up first, and then catch a leg. We get to do a little stretching while we're here. Inhale, bending, exhale, straightening. So as you stay actively breathing, stay dynamic in the stretching. Exhale, stretch. One more, and we're going all the way back. Bring your leg with you. Oof. Now, if you're really tight in the hamstrings, you're going to want to bend that other knee, the supporting knee, foot on the floor. But if you can tolerate it, both legs nice and straight. Now's a good time to pull your pants up. You bring the knee in toward your shoulder with an inhale, bend, exhale, stretch. Focus on the stretching. If you have an old towel or an old, maybe like a necktie or even a yoga strap, a legitimate strap, now's a good time to place it at the bottom of your foot and stretch the leg. Some of you may even have a Pilates ring at home, and your ring could also be quite helpful here. Woohoo! I'm going to bend the knee into my chest and actually turn it sideways like I want to cradle my leg and rock my hip and my leg side to side. Then the whole leg is getting stirred around like I'm stirring my thigh bone in the hip socket. Yeah. Straighten the leg all the way up. Oof. Bend it first and on the floor. Both legs straight. Now one might feel longer than the other. Arms overhead. Ready? Roll up. Catch the other leg. So now you got a fresh new leg. Gonna give it the same treatment. Ooh. Ah. Notice my ankle is flexed, so that's helping to stretch my calf and Achilles. Stay as tall as you can for the stretch, then rounded with your tight abdominals, roll back. No crashing. So as I said before, if you're really tight through your hips, like both sides of the hips, then you're going to want to bend your knee. Those of us who can tolerate it a little better, both legs are straight. Now, my bottom leg may look passive, but it's actually actively heavy on the floor. Keep pulling this knee in, inhale. Keep pulling the stretchy leg up on the exhale. Inhale and exhale. Again, if you have an old necktie or even an old towel and you want to place your foot in it, you would pull, tug. I've even once done it with an old t-shirt. Yeah, sometimes you just got to use whatever you got. I'm bending the knee now. Cradle the leg like you're holding a, kind of a doll, maybe not a baby, but a doll, and just kind of stir your thigh bone around. Stir your thigh bone around. Ooh, there's fluids in that socket there. Straighten up that leg. Oof. And then bent and slide it down. This will be the last time you get to roll up. Stretch those legs long. And go for it. Reach. Hold on to your feet or your ankles or your pants. A little rocking from side to side. Loosen the hip joints. Free your clothing, which might have been stuck in the mat. And coming upright. We're starting with knees bent here and doing that partial roll down. My abs are sucked in tight, but don't hold your breath. Here's a little test of balance. Lifting one leg and then the other, and we'll do it one more time. Leg number one and then leg number two. Listen, both legs at the same time. Oh, that requires finesse and balance and coordination. Rounding back. Only my ribs on the floor. Not my shoulder blades, not my head. Switch legs. We'll do an abdominal exercise here called single leg stretch. Now, everybody has seen this exercise, but sometimes we don't know the rules. So there's no bicycling. Try not to flick and retract is what I usually call it. Flick and retract. Don't do that. Reach. Reach. Be determined to hit like a bullseye. And breathe. Just when your neck is saying, oh my God, my head is so heavy, you can support your head. And then you twist. Again, you've seen this before, but the rules are don't slam your elbow in your knee. Think exhale, exhale, twist and forward. It's two directions. From here, 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Hug both knees into your chest. Now, while your head is down, you can turn your head in one direction and send your legs and body in the other direction. Don't go all the way to the floor there. Come back to the other side. Just get rotation, a twist in the waistline. We'll do it once more on each side, stretching the neck. Now, with your feet flat on the floor, you can smooth out your clothing here. Bridging is next. Take your time. This is all based on your breath. Inhale. As you exhale, pull your stomach in tightly, tipping the tail upward. We know that's pelvic tilt. Engage the muscles of your gluteus maximus and your hamstrings and keep lifting the pelvis toward the ceiling. Don't let your thighs splay open. Stay here for a moment and check. Are you breathing? Inhale. Slowly come down, still mindful of your parallel legs. So that was pretty simple and pretty introductory. Let's do it again. Inhale. There is that backward tilting of my pelvis. The deep buttock muscles have turned on. My hips have lifted. As far as the feet, you could be heavy on your heels. My toes are up. And yet there are some schools that teach heavy on the toes, heels up. Now I'm going to do the heels down version. This is inhale, squeeze your bum. Come down slowly, exhale and blow the air out of your lungs and diaphragm. I'll do it again. Inhale. As you exhale, scoop through the abdominals, tilt through the pelvis, arrive at the top. Now, your thighs, again, like twin missiles, pointing straight forward. Let's pulse. Now, this action is all about activating the deep muscles of your assets. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Careful, those thighs should not be splaying open. Last three, last two. Hold the last one. Scan your upper body, softening the jaw, exhaling, relax the sternum, avoid tensing the armpits, landing softly. Now we'll do another variation. Are you ready? Exhale. Oof. Keeping your arms grounded, raise one leg. Now there's a lot of things we could do here, so we're just going to bend the knee and tap the toe on the floor, and then straighten the leg. Toe tap, straighten. Toe tap, straight. And just one more time, maintain the lift. When you put your foot down, fix the pelvis again high and level, and melt down one vertebrae at a time. Make any minor adjustments and plan ahead. Be sure that your feet are not too wide. When you're ready, peeling up. I am on both legs, equally weighted, and my arms are ready to help. Here's my leg number 2. Present that leg. And then bend the knee, toe tap, straighten, toe tap, straighten, while standing heavy on that supporting leg. Put your foot down, fix the pelvis so they're both sides even and high. Melt one vertebrae as you exhale. Hug your knees into your chest. There are lots and lots of variations of bridging, but I just wanted to get that in there, not too many, so that now we can straighten both legs up toward the ceiling. I'm standing in what's called Pilates V, also my hashtag, Pilates V. Make the V with your feet. Inhale, knees bending. Exhale, legs straightening. You should move at your own pace, so not too fast, and certainly feel the stretch. And then the same, inner thigh stretch. This is sometimes called frog legs. Knees bending, hold the ankles, and stretch. Now the beauty of this position is that we can go to the next exercise. My knees are bent, but my legs are closed. Hands behind your thigh. Rock and roll forward and back. Now you might find this challenging. I have seen people be challenged by this. Rolling back and forth. So the rules are, do not throw your head and do not land on your head. Don't do that. Arrive right at the edges of your shoulder blades and then blow to come forward. Inhale. Carry your legs with you so you resist the temptation to kick or thrust. Inhale. Rely on the shifting of your body weight and the tight, deep abdominal contraction. One more. Now the test of balancing here on your butt is to straighten out your legs. Point your toes, sit a little bit taller, and then raise the arms so they're reaching out in the same diagonal of the legs. Yeah? Have a seat. Scoot back. Now, my legs are straight, and sometimes that's challenging, so do what you can. What I'm going for is sit up straight. And we'll start by placing the hands behind, lifting the chest, and then relax. You could inhale, inflate yourself, and exhale, pulling your abdominals in. Inhale, inflate, and exhale, literally pulling your navel back. Ooh. Inhale, and then last time, chin at your chest. Now sit up and inhale, just sit up straight, turn to face me, and this exercise is kind of like, remember in elementary school doing the windmill, you were standing on your feet and you bent forward and you whipped your body around, one hand past the foot? We're doing that in slow motion. So you spin around and reach past your foot. Coming back, upright, rotate, forward. Now your job is to keep your butt bones anchored on the floor. So don't let this lifting thing happen. That's called cheating. Here we go. One more on each side. And bring your head with you. Center and down, right? Stay aware of your posture. Aware of your posture. Be the queen with your crown on your head. Yeah? All right. The next exercise category is all fours, hands and knees. So if necessary, what I like to do is fold the mat just like that and get some extra cushioning under my knees. Hands, knees, rounded back, and release. If you've ever done any yoga, you recognize this as cow and cat. So, oof, take your time, regardless of previous yoga experience or not. Your spine is your own to move and to limber. All right, now, keeping the shoulders away from your ears and pulling your abdominals up nice and tight. Straighten one leg. Now, before you think, oh, I know this exercise, wait for me. Straighten the opposing arm, and this is where we'll take a little detour. Float the bottom foot off the floor. Now, if you're able to manage, you are on just the surface of your hand and just the surface of your knee, and you're not using that third point, which had been your foot. Let's pulse, pulse, the arm and leg lifting, pulse, 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 and then come on down. So I'm purposefully keeping it a little bit simple there. So now you can just go to the other leg. Be sure it's straight. Here go the arm. Then float the foot. Avoid holding your breath. Here's the pulse, pulse, lift, lift. Remember to fully engage your gluteus maximus. And 3, 2, 1. You can come down. Now to sit in child's pose, I recommend opening the knees really wide. Send your hands way out in front. Then begin to melt, sinking your forehead down toward your mat. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Woo. There's a great stretch in the armpits if you stay active and in the moment. Yay. Oh, man. So from this position, I want to go to a pigeon stretch. And you may not know the name of the position, but here it is. I've got one leg in front, and the other leg will be straight back. Take your time melting into this position. If you're tight in the hips, this will be challenging. So just do the best you can. If you're up here and a little bit crooked with bent knees, maybe this is better than nothing, but ideally you're on the top of the thigh, the top of the thigh. are literally stretching in two different places. This stretch is intended for the leg that's under my body, the folded leg. But I'm also pretty tight in my thigh and hip flexors, so I feel it there too. Try to remain calm and try to be heavy, and imagine if you had somebody there to help you, grab the ankle and pull your foot back. Pull your foot back as if you could. Ugh. How could we accentuate the stretch of the thigh here? Bend the knee. Do what you can and grab with either arm. Today it won't make a difference, although there is a difference. I won't go into details today. So this is my right leg, but I reached with my left arm. Yeah, I'm breathing. Oh, the hip just opened. I felt it. Damn. Okie dokie. It's time to switch legs, and you're likely to just use the other leg. I am turning for the convenience of the camera. This is leg number 2, folded. This is that other leg, straight. Oh, ooh, this is going to take a moment. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Continue to imagine that someone were pulling you backward by the ankle. Ooh, 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 yeah. Now breathe. Now sound effects are optional. I just do that to emphasize that I'm in the motion, I'm in the movement, I'm in the moment. I think I needed this as much as you did. Oh. Woo. All right, I'm reaching back. I happen to be reaching opposite arm. So this is my left leg and right arm. Oof. Keep sinking downward. Oh yeah, one more. Breathe with me. Yay. All right, you can let it go. Now I'm going flat onto my belly, opening the feet about as wide as the mat. And if you've done some yoga or other types of exercises for spine extension, you recognize my arms are open, palms down, and I'm pushing myself up, kind of like a push-up, okay? The feet stay wide. Use your tacky palms and strong arms, lift you straight up. I am lifting for the purposes of improving my back bend. So don't worry if you can't get up this high. Maybe this is all you can do, and that's perfect. But for some of you, I know if you're really flexible, you'll be way up higher, okay? So 2 more times, do what's best for you. Lead with your chest and look straight forward. Don't try to look up at the ceiling. That's a little different. So lift and come on down. Now close the legs so that they're absolutely sealed, airtight, light tight, and squeeze tight through your thighs. Lace your fingers. We're not doing any leg action, but this will be arm action. Elbows are bent, floppy to the sides. If you're comfortable putting your head down, go ahead and just rest your forehead down on the mat and flop your elbows down, 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 just a couple more times. Before we suddenly activate, be sure that your legs are heavy and the inner thighs are glued together, or think magnetize your inner thighs. Straighten out your arms now, and the head and chest lift. The head and chest is lifted, arms and legs are straight. Come down, rest for a moment, elbows bent. Put those 2 actions together. Straightening the arms, lift, 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 lift. Bending the elbows, come down. You could inhale on the lift, exhale on the down, and there's conflicting schools of thought on that. You could exhale on the lift and inhale on the down. You choose what's best for you. I am exhaling exhale. Last one, be mindful of keeping the buttocks nice and tight. Think about the improved posture, the back strengthening, and the open chest. A little higher, up, and then come down. One push-up, one push-up. Sit back and rest. So I've got another delicious stretch here for you. This is called thread the needle. I've got my hands and legs open pretty wide, then send the arm down underneath. I'm literally on my shoulder and on my head. I am definitely staying on both of my legs. In other words, I didn't tilt over on one leg. I'm down on both. The hand on the floor could push, and the push is as if you're pushing the floor away in an attempt to look up at the ceiling. And if that's just too much, then reach the arm up to the sky. Jazz hands. A slow motion searchlight circling of the arm. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay. Other side. You know, I'm just turning around for the sake of the camera. Here I am, threading the needle. I've rested on my head and shoulder. If you've never done this before, you're thinking, are you for real? Yeah, head down. You could push against the floor as if pushing the floor away in your attempt to see the ceiling. Oh, breathe. Oof. If your preference is not so much aggressive pushing and a little bit more passive twisting, then the arm is circling. Yay. All right. As would be appropriate for this session, a downward dog would be great. Right here, you could appreciate, some people will be with bent knees. Learn to relax your head, loosen the neck. You can think of it as just nodding your head. Yes. Oh my God, no. Shaking your head. Keep the head as loose and heavy as you can, and press through your heel, singular. I'm pushing through one heel down toward the floor. Then the second heel. Be as mindful and purposeful as you can. Try not to waste your time running the feet. Now, I'll do leg number one, with so much more intent to get that heel down. Oh, breathing. I forgot to breathe. Here's my second heel. And then, of course, I'll do both legs equally heavy and still not as good as I want. Tails up to the heavens and heels down to hell. All right, take a good deep breath, and when you're ready to come on down, come on down. All right, come on down. Whew. Finally, in this seated position, keeping the shoulders down as you've already done really well, turn your head as far to the side as you can. Now notice, turning your head, let's go to the other side, does not mean turn your shirt or your chest. Leave the shoulders, the sternum, stationary. Turn from the neck. You've got 7 vertebrae there, all 7 of them stacked up, ready to turn. Go the other way, like a spiral staircase, right? A spiral staircase, eventually turning your head. Notice whether you're sitting with your head in a forward position. That's pretty common these days. Pull your head back. Imagine there's a wall at the back of your head, and as if, just as if you were going to place the back of your head, boom, against the wall. Now, don't be confused with this, because this is not the same. This would be lift your chin or throw your head back. We're not doing that. Forward, pull it back. You can think of it sort of like a reverse chicken clucking, right? Chickens are clucking their heads forward. I think it's chickens. All right, pull your head back. All right, one more. The end result should be tall, and you've got some oxygen in your lungs. Your shoulders are free and your head is floating. Hopefully you have an awareness of your posture. So, thank you very much for the pleasure of your company. And this will conclude your short and snappy Pilates for today. I'm going to try to do these throughout the week. I've got another one coming up. I forgot what day. Thursday is Foam Roller-Rama. Got a foam roller? Come to Foam Roller-Rama. I'll teach you how to use it. All right. Thanks again. Bye.